In history, you were taught about successes, but did anybody, but did any, yeah. What if I told you you've been thinking about failure the wrong way? And why do we have this misperception that failure is not an option? What if I told you that failure is an option and that failure is actually healthy and that failure can actually help you succeed? Have you ever heard of Laugh-O-Gram Studios and its founder? How about Oswald the Lucky Rabbit? No? Neither of those ring a bell? Well, think about them for a few minutes. We'll get back to them in just a minute. The answer may surprise you. It surprised me. The problem started when we were younger and in school. We were always told that we can't fail. You can't fail the quiz. You can't fail the test. You can't fail answering the questions. You can't fail the PE test. You can't fail. You were essentially punished or even ridiculed. No one ever teaches you the value of this failure, especially at that young and impressionable age. Yes, everyone's heard about Thomas Edison and his failure. You may even heard the quote, "I have not failed. I just found 10,000 ways that it won't work," right? Well, huge successes were built around failures, and those people resilient enough to learn from them. There's a quote from the movie Batman: The Dark Knight, and it's when young Bruce Wayne falls into the well, and he is terrified, almost paralyzed by fear. And then Alfred comes and finds him, and he says to him, "Why do we fall? So that we learn to pick ourselves up." He's teaching young Bruce that it's okay to fall, essentially to fail. And that failure teaches us how to get back up, teaches us how to do better the next time, teaches us how to succeed. Did you think about Laugh-O-Gram and Oswald the Lucky Rabbit and who was the man behind both? Well, Laugh-O-Gram Studios was founded by none other than Walt Disney. That studio, founded in 1921, went bankrupt. Oswald the Lucky Rabbit, Walt lost the rights for that character. He even suffered a nervous breakdown at one point and watched several early feature films, Pinocchio, Fantasia, and Bambi, lose money at high production costs. But that didn't stop him. He and his brother Roy rebuilt in Hollywood, created Mickey Mouse, risked everything on Snow White and the Seven Dwarfs, and eventually built the animation, theme park, and media empire that you see today. You see, Walt turned failure into success. Talk about resilience. Now, there are many other examples out there that we can go to detail on. The Wright brothers, Abraham Lincoln, the Saturn V rocket program, almost too many to count. But let's find this newfound view on failure and let's turn it into how to make our fitness a success. This is my weight over the past 4 weeks. Notice the ups and downs. But look over the course of the past year. What a difference. Each peak was one of my failures, but each dip in my weight was a success. And look at the trend line. It's been consistently going down. This is why tracking your weight is important. When I've been getting discouraged as of late, I was able to look at the year in total and see progress. That is what gave me the motivation to re-examine what has been broken over the past few weeks. So what did I find out, and how did I do it? All it took was one morning. For me, I've been keeping a fitness journal for the past year. I looked back and realized there were 3 key things that I was doing when I was successful that I have not been doing for the past few months. The first one was I stopped writing in my journal. All it takes is literally 2 minutes every morning to write something down in your journal. What do you write? Well, that's different for everyone. For me, I write down my successes and my failures, what I did good and bad the previous day. And then I learn from them. And usually it's about 3 or 4 sentences. It takes about 2 minutes and I'm done for the day. The second one is I stopped tracking my calories. I figured, oh, I got this. I know how much I've been eating, but wrong. I realized I needed to start tracking my calories again. The third, I just wasn't working out consistently anymore. And I was honest with myself as to why. I just got lazy. We all do. I fell off the wagon. I stopped getting up early, but I was able to admit that to myself. And more importantly, not beat myself up over it. And that was a big reason why I was able to get back on the wagon the same day. The most important thing about failures and identifying them, besides learning from them, is to forgive yourself for them. Don't wallow in your misery of failures and having messed up your diet for a day or having missed a workout once. Get back on the horse and start again tomorrow. What's important is picking yourself back up when you fail. So after 2 weeks of getting back on track, I've broken this stagnation of the past 3 months and I'm under 270 pounds for the first time in probably 13 years. And yes, as you can see, I've still got a way to go, but I'm making progress and you can too. But you need to get back on the wagon and need to start. So start back again today. You got this. You can do this one day at a time. You can achieve being more fit this week than you were last week. Thanks again for watching. Like and subscribe. I'll see you again soon.